There's been so much opportunity over my last 17 years. As senior managers now, we have so much opportunity to impact that. Thurrock is about the experience, what we can offer, but one of the things that really elevates that is the people.
That's the link between you two, right? The Thurrock store opening, that's kind of... Was that the first time you worked together? Or?
No, we weren't. Yeah, we worked together, yeah.
No. Have you took away like a core memory from those last 72 hours?
Oh, I think my speech said it all, to be fair, when I was standing on the stairs. I think that moment, goosebump moment really for me. It was special.
So you both work in retail, right?
That's it,
Yeah. And you've both kind of, I guess the link between you both is the Thurrock store opening.
Yeah.
But how long you both been working at Next? Like, you know, how long you both been here?
Well, I actually started when I was 17, and it was quite by accident actually. So I was shopping local town, Chichester, with my dad, popped out to get a coat, and they had some little cards on the desk in Next, obviously, and that's how we used to do recruitment back in the day. So I filled one of those in, got a phone call the next day, and I was a 4-hour Christmas temp from November 2008.
Oh, so you came in as Christmas temp?
Yeah, came in as Christmas temp 17 years ago, and been here since.
A lot of people come in that way, don't they? Like it's a good
Yeah.
introduction to Next. Why do you think that is? Like,
it's our peak recruitment time, isn't it? Where we take on the most amount of people. I don't think I was a Christmas temp or a mid-season sale temp. I was trying to work it out. Because the time I joined, so 24 years ago, it's a long time to remember, isn't it? So 24 years this year, I think I joined just after mid-season sale and in Bluewater, part-time, and that was, my mum had got me the job. We walked around Bluewater, I went to loads of other stores, she went into Next, and then they called me in, had an interview, and then that was it, I was in.
Yeah, so we had
part-time. Similar thing with parents getting you, come on.
I mean, that's great. And what's kept you here? But like both, that's a massive chunk of time, right? That's not.
Yeah.
You know, if you speak to most people in roles, you do. I mean, not at Next. I'm talking outside. It's probably like 2 years, 5 years, whatever. Why stay in a business that long?
The people for me is a big thing.
Yeah.
I think over the time you just get to know so many different people. You build so many different relationships, and I think job security is important for me. And over time, I think where we've then gone through COVID, we continued to grow as a bit. You just see everything growing. So I think job security is important, and the way retail is.
There's been so much opportunity over my last 17 years, and if we look at the way the business is diversified, and certainly as senior managers now, we have so much opportunity to impact that and support that growth. So for me, that's personally, that's important to me, and I'm excited to see what the future holds as well, because if you look at where we've come in those 17 years, what does the future hold?
Absolutely.
The sky's our limit.
Yeah.
And we've diversified a lot in that time. So,
because Simon, you're store manager of Thurrock, right?
Yes.
And Tash, you're area manager.
Area manager now.
What of?
Home counties.
Home counties.
Yeah. So I'm temporary area manager covering Meg. She's gone on maternity leave, so
Yeah.
I'm doing that till next year. And then I'll go into Bluewater,
which is
at the end.
Which we're going to talk about in a bit,
Yeah.
right? That's going to be that's the next Thurrock, so to speak.
Yeah.
Already, like
bigger and better.
Bigger
again,
and better already. But and is that's the link between you two, right? The Thurrock store opening. That's kind of was that the first time you worked together? Or?
No, we weren't. Yeah, we
Project
worked together.
work, project work and things.
We put up with each other for a while. Yeah.
We've done project work and stuff haven't we, together, so we knew that, we've never worked that closely together. I think we made a great team, I think, in Thurrock. Do you agree?
Yeah, yes. it was yes. it was a huge job.
It was massive.
And it definitely needed the two of us, didn't it?
It did.
I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of lessons learned and lots of things we can do better for Bluewater. But very successful launch.
And just talk me through that. What actually? Because I think a lot of people on the surface will just see like a store open, or they'll see a hoarding up, and be like, oh, it's coming, and then there's a date, and then it's open. But it's not. There's a lot that goes into it, right?
There's a lot of magic that happens behind the hoarding.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think there's loads of collaboration, but from the word go.
Right.
So in terms of the journey of Thurrock, I started the journey before Simon joined. So even when I joined Thurrock, I was not part of the original. The store was designed and things. I was never part of that. So I came in a year before we launched. And at that point, it was then thinking about, right, what do we need to do to get to that point? Thinking about all the different departments that were involved. And you get to meet so many different people as well. And I think the collaboration piece is really important when you're opening a new store, and thinking about every single department we have within the business. Every department plays a part in that new store launch. And as a store manager doing a launch, you have to think about what part you play in each of those departments. Sometimes it's a smaller bit, sometimes you can have a bigger impact. And as you go through the process, there are different points that you do different things. So the initial stages is thinking about the team and what that looks like when we move over. And with Thurrock, we were moving the home store and the existing Thurrock and putting them together into one big team.
And that's kind of been a thing we're doing across the UK, isn't it, at the moment? It's kind of a bit of a focus we've got anyway. So
look at moving stores together and joining teams. And I think that was a big thing for me with the people. With the team in the home store, it was the first part of it was getting them integrated with the current Thurrock team. We had joint Christmas parties before we went into store. We did,
wow, God, so you really
way before.
That,
And then I set up Yapster groups with all of the team from both stores so that we could show the store progressing. I remember going in on the very first site visit with the assistant manager Shelley and now hard hats and putting a picture on the Yapster group to share it with them, just so we could take them along and to build excitement, get them to see the journey, share floor plans, because from a team member's perspective, we're obviously doing loads, but they're just kind of in the process and not really that involved with it.
So you definitely conscious effort to bring them in on the journey then and get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think anything would have prepared really all the stuff that I did. I don't think anything prepared them for it, did it? Really, because of the scale of it. Did it? I think I did quite a bit of it, but there's more that we can do. Yeah, more.
And what point did you come in then?
Well,
Simon?
I was going to say, Tash obviously mentioned that I joined later in the journey. So for me, I'd moved area, so I was getting used to a completely new area team, a new store team, and as you mentioned, 2 stores worth of staff had merged together.
Yeah.
But I landed that sort of really well there, and. The staff have just been absolutely amazing, and it's a huge team. So we've got over 200 people working in Thurrock at the moment, and 20 managers, and it's a big operation, obviously, but they've been fantastic. They've done a really, really good job.
What was both you like? Was there a moment where you were like kind of thinking, oh, this is a bit surreal, or this is, God, the scale of this is just whoa! Like
I think walking in for that first time, when it's empty as well,
when
like it's an empty shelf, no product. We've got some of the perimeter kit on. You think, God, it's huge. But as the kit started to come in, the product starts to build in the store. And obviously you've got this hive of activity launching the store. It becomes, much more realistic, I think, doesn't it?
And I saw it when it was a shell, so I saw it without any of the walls and the perimeter. Walked in and was just, okay, this is big. But then, like Simon said, as that started to come across and you go to all the different site visits and you see things happen, the walls start appearing. You kind of then get a feel for, actually, it's big, but can we, you get a sense of, can we do that? We can. It's fine. And where in the existing Thurrock store, you would look at the scale there, that was over 4 departments, over 3 floors. In this branch, it's over 2 floors, which I think is where the scale comes from and the feel of the scale, because it's so wide. Whereas in the existing store, over 3 floors, it didn't feel as big.
Yeah, a bit narrower and taller. This is a lot wider. A lot wider.
We've all seen the shop fit now as well, so it looks amazing from a shop
really
perspective,
nice.
and it does give that sense of openness. And it's an incredibly busy store, but it never feels overly busy. It feels comfortable,
which is nice,
because of the sheer scale of it. I mean, the shop floors itself, just around 84,000 square foot, but the building 133,000 square foot. So it's the biggest retail unit on Lakeside. It's huge.
Yeah, that is big. And you mentioned there as well about the shop fit, and that's a really good point. This was kind of a new concept, wasn't it, for us? So by that I mean it's the first time we kind of put some new fixtures and fittings and the way the store visually looks to people into a store, right? Yeah. And that's from like the VM teams and the marketing teams all coming together and working with retail to bring that to life.
And architects coming in and designing things and putting that to the board to say, look, this is what we would put in here. And it's nice now that Thurrock's launched to see some of those concepts, not all of it, but some of that going into some of the new stores that are launching now, because it does give that light, airy feel when you go into stores now. It gives an interest So it's nice to see that as
and
well.
is that the main thing with the kind of new concept, to give the feeling of like a better experience in terms of space and light? And
I think it's better by design. And if I look back at the first store I started in, it was very, very small. Back in the day,
Dark.
17 years ago, it was very dark. Yeah, lots of dark woods, and we're obviously moved away from that. We've got really nice bronze fixtures now, lots of Sibby kit, as we call it, see it, buy it kit, which really elevates the product when you see it laid out in a sort of Thurrock environment.
It's about the customer experience, isn't it? And I think it makes the experience better for the customer.
And I guess as like, you know, at the time, you know, doing all the wood and everything was like, that was the thing.
That was the thing.
Of course,
We've evolved as the trends and as the experience, and also the offering has evolved, because I imagine in the store as well, the offering now is way bigger than 17 years ago.
Yes. Yeah, so we've got brands that have gone in, partnerships. So Fat Face went into Thurrock. That was the first partnership with Fat Face going into a store. Lots of different brands, Small Saints, loads.
And when we talk about the experience, the brands are really important to the customer journey. You know, the experience we can offer in somewhere like Thurrock, because Thurrock is about the experience, what we can offer. But one of the things that really elevates that is the people. That's what's important to us.
The service that we give.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we worked hard before we went in there with the teams and trying to get the service, not move forward, but just to try and get them to understand what that looks like in the bigger store, but also try to take the customer along with the journey as well. So where we did all that work with the team, and this is the new store and it's exciting, get the team in the existing Thurrock to talk to the customers about what it's going to look like, build the hype with them and the excitement of what was it going to be in there, you know, where they can park, and try and, you know, get the excitement going before we even opened.
Yeah, clever really, because like you say, it's a weird situation. Hey, you've got 2 stores already.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, well, why are you moving? It's like, oh, well, trust us. It's going to be...
Yeah, and the home store, the closing the home store on the retail part was a big thing for customers. They were like, why are we doing that?
Yeah.
What's, you know, but that's not affected anything. No. Trade-wise, it's not affected anything. And the experience in the home store, in the new Thurrock and the department it's massive. There's a bigger offer there now than what there was on the retail park store. But the service is still just as good, because the home team obviously came over and brought their expertise with them.
I mean, all of this, it kind of it makes you think, doesn't it, that there's a lot of talk around kind of how the future of retail and all of that, and a lot of like kind of debunks a lot of myths of, the retail's dead. Yeah. Like you're talking about this store opening, like it's a massive investment.
Absolutely.
It's, you know, it feels like a bit like we're still pushing that part of the business, not just letting it simmer.
Absolutely.
When we talk about people and the experience, that's something we can't offer online necessarily. So
absolutely.
we can offer a level of service, but we can't offer that human interaction. And you know, that's what the customers come for. They come back for the experience. They come back for the service. You know, and we can offer that in Thurrock. And I think, you know, if we look at the way the business has changed, then stores play an important part to servicing customers in the store as well as outside of the store as well. So bigger business.
Yeah.
It's still the collaboration piece, isn't it, with online and retail, and how we drive both of them forward, and not forgetting the impact that retail has and the part that retail plays in that. And so we've had growth as a business, haven't we, in retail for the first time in 10 years, and that's massive as a business. And that really then, again, the whole job security thing, and really makes you proud of being part of a business that's continuing to grow and make the right decisions and move forward, which will then give the customers confidence in who we are as a retailer as well.
Yeah, massively, 100% massively.
Definitely.
And I guess like you said there, you've mentioned about how we're taking some of these concepts forward, and you've already touched on Bluewater. So this is not like a one-off thing we're doing either, is it? It's kind of a... We are looking at other stores.
The path for the future, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like,
absolutely.
It's kind of kickstarting the future, really.
Yeah.
So you've mentioned Bluewater's going to be bigger. So when's that coming, and kind of like what's the plan with that as well?
So 2026, summer, we hope.
Yeah.
So summer 2026. Again, it's you know, years in the making. So was Thurrock. It's not been, you know, we've got a year and we're going to open a store. It's the whole planning part of it. That's moving from the current site where it is in the centre of part of the walk, if you like, straight to the anchor, one of the anchors of the retail unit. So there's 3 corners in Bluewater. So we'll hold where the old House of Fraser unit was. And it will be one of the largest, I think, in the business at that point. Which is it's really exciting to go from Thurrock and see, again, being part of that, to see what then is moved forward again when we get to Bluewater. And is there, what learns have we had from Thurrock that we can take to Bluewater? And again, it's all about that excitement piece and what that's going to be. But as a business, it's brilliant that we're opening these huge stores.
Do you both feel like Next still feels then like really exciting, or really like a
Definitely
a vibrant place to work then, because it just
really
feels like there's all this newness happening, even in the high street that's supposedly not growing.
And I think even where we've opened Thurrock, you know, on a structure, we've already reviewed the management structure in there in terms of opportunities, and we're introducing a retail training and recruitment manager in there, and we'll be introducing another full-time manager for peak in there. So it's not just about opening these stores, you know, for the business. It's about the opportunity it creates for people as well. You know, we've got over 20 managers in Thurrock already to run that store, and there's still more opportunity there, and then there'll be something similar for Bluewater.
So.
And I guess that's good as well, because if there's 20 managers in that store that start gaining that experience on a store of that scale, I guess both of you have gone through that similar process as well, whereby then you'll go to other stores, right?
Absolutely, so in Bluewater, I started in Bluewater, worked my way up, and then became a store manager from that point. And the larger stores on areas are those that kind of feed those future positions, aren't they? And it, you know, the growth and the experience they get from those larger stores then gives them the opportunity to then branch out and go to those different areas and take on new opportunities, which is really exciting for them.
Yeah, you boasted the word opportunities a lot. I like it.
It absolutely is. And any new store you open, I'm currently opening 2 new stores on my area. So I've got one opening tomorrow in Hemel, which is a brand new site, which is creating job opportunities for the local area, for new management opportunity. And then we've got a re-site in Stevenage. That re-site has created a couple of additional management positions, increased staff heads. So the opportunity that comes with new stores is really exciting for us and for the the customer.
The good thing about Next is we never stop asking questions, so that's why the word opportunity comes up.
Yeah.
Because we do explore, we do play a part in what the future looks like, you know, and we definitely have both had an opportunity to impact what the future looks like.
And is that something you're both encouraged to do as well in your positions as well?
Absolutely.
Not kind of, I mean, I think we all do it by nature. I think it's kind of the mindset of people that come in, and I think if you've got that mindset, you then do very well.
Yep.
But if you actually actively kind of almost like advised to be like, look, we want this. Like,
always.
All the time.
I would consider, you know, myself as a business manager. I manage my business in Thurrock, and I'm encouraged to do that and operate my business how I see fit. You know, we all have the same goal, but how we get there is the journey. That's what we create in a store environment, and the
feedback that we can give. You know, as an area manager, as a store manager, as team members, all of that feedback is really important, that it goes up through the business to share, because the teams on the ground in retail are important to be able to help move that forward. And those questions, asking the right questions, is how then we progress.
And what's that feedback look like? Is it in the form of like the products, the customer service?
It's everything. It's every part of the role that we play, we can impact all of that. You know, just about the products that we have in stores. You know, have we got the right product? Have we got enough of that product? Talking about brands, what brands we could put in certain stores. But then you're also looking at the service element, lots of opportunity with cost-saving ideas, sales opportunities is a massive part of that feedback process as well. And we just use that information, collate it, feed it back. And then, again, that's how the business moves forward.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I think that's pretty standard in the wider business. Like,
absolutely.
We're always... There's a lot. It's really refreshing sometimes compared to, you know, like if you speak to friends outside of Next and you're just like, I don't know how to approach this and give this feedback, and I'm thinking, what? Like,
it's good as a business that we're open to receive it.
Yeah, people are like,
absolutely.
Like it's free flowing. Like I think if I went somewhere else and was like not able to share a thought, like, or feel like I couldn't, I'd be a bit like, whoa, this is not for me.
I think circling back to your earlier question about why we stay with the business so long is because we are able to give feedback. We're able to ask questions. We're able to run our businesses, you know, and that's important. Like you say, you don't see that everywhere.
Agreed.
And it'd be very alien to me to not work in that kind of environment.
Yeah, 100%. And what's kind of just ending it on the Thurrock note then, kind of obviously there was a lot that went into it. We did, you know, there's a video that's already out there as well, which you were both in. You know, again, I think and that turned out really well. But kind of, what was a standout moment for you during those like last 72 hours of that opening? Kind of, what really stood out, or what have you took away like a core memory from those last 72 hours?
For me, it's the fact that it was turned around
in
relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Because you just don't realise, you know. I wouldn't even like to guess how many pallets we delivered into that store ready for launch, but it was a constant stream.
Did it just feel like it was never ending?
Yeah.
It did, yeah.
Just
and
like product after product after product.
The team were absolutely incredible. And the fact that we turned around a site that large, that quickly, and the standard we produced for opening day was, you know, it was just something stunning.
I think from my point of view, it was where we'd gone from the 2 stores and not forgetting all the effort that they'd put in as well. So we still had a large Thurrock store. We had closed down and gone through an end of season sale. And I think my speech said it all, to be fair, when I was standing on the stairs. I think that moment when we'd done everything, we'd gone through BIP, we were ready to open, just to appreciate everything that everybody had done, how far we'd come, and just to see it, this is it now, like we're ready to go. I think that was, goosebump moment really for me. It was special.
Nice.
And then they literally moved into Thurrock and off they went again. They just carried on. You know, they were incredible, weren't they?
Everyone worked really hard. Even the head office teams, everyone that came in just put everything into it to make it what it was when we launched. There was so much input. And I think we definitely wouldn't have been able to do it with without everybody, all the head office teams and everyone that was involved, the warehouse teams and all the scheduling of the deliveries and the movement of that. But I think that point when we were at the stairs doing speeches and ready to open was the bit where I thought, we've done it. It's great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Seems like a lifetime ago now.
It does. Wait, it feels like that for you. I think it's still, because I've came out of it, I just love the memories. And then seeing the video and it just makes you think about all the emotions that you went through, the exhaustion, but it was all worth it. To see what we got at the end of it. It was great.
Nice. Well, thank you both for coming on. It's a fantastic store, and thanks for sharing that, because I think as well, like I said right at the start, I think it's really important to illustrate kind of what goes into a store opening, and especially of one of that side. So thanks for coming on Life at Next podcast.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
No worries.